It's almost 1 a.m. and baby is like sitting up. I mean, this is time for him to get his milk. He usually wakes up this time. Go feed him, baby.
Okay.
That's literally the first time he's sitting up. He's getting too big. We gotta put down the bed. He's gonna start standing up and climbing.
Okay.
I don't like it.
I'm gonna give him some milk or what?
3 ounces, something like that.
Hugs first.
Gosh. Look at him. A big boy. It's actually 12:38 a.m. April 15. Look at him. He sees Brian right now, so he's like trying to get his attention. Late Night Munchies by Chef Minnie. French omelette.
Fluffy?
Look at this. Super, super fluffy. I'm getting so good at this. It's disgusting. This morning he was such a huge fuss. I put him in here and that was on. Well, that was covering it and we took it out. And he's just been sitting here staring at it.
I like to sit down on the
Yeah, honey. Look at you. All right, no more TV for baby. We only did it for like 5 minutes and maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes here and there. Not too long, just to save us from our sanity. And I put him here and he's been harassing Brian. So I remembered I got him some new toys. He's been doing that a lot lately, just like climbing on you and then catapulting over to the ground over there. Like he wants to get there. But he hasn't yet, but I can imagine if you didn't watch him, he will. Look at him. Scooper! Come back here! Ryan! Ryan! Anyways, I got him these toys. I swear I thought they were way bigger, but they are not. It came in like this. And I guess it's not too bad because it's like mini size for him. All right, let's turn him around and see if he can start playing with these toys. Babe. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, baby. Scooper. Put this down, my camera down. Put it right here. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay. Cover you. Come here, honey. Come here. Sweetie pie, look. I have toys for you. This is supposed to help you with your motor skills. Okay? Here. Let's sit here, okay? Motor skills, okay? Yeah. Okay, so like this. Let me show you. Come like this. Oh, it's so cute. It has a heart in it. Look at that. Heart. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's so cute. Okay, here's one. Like this, okay? So he's supposed to put these in here in the right order, if he can figure it out. Hopefully one of these days when he's, you know, occupied or whatnot, he can just start putting it in. No, not in your mouth. Put it in here, honey. Here, Cooper, right here. There you go. Maybe this one fits. Yeah, this one goes second. And then this. Like that, okay? Now, you try. You try. Go ahead. Go ahead. In the mouth. Everything in the mouth, huh? It's okay, he's teething, so maybe we'll figure it out when he's much older. It has numbers on the back, so you can tell which one goes first and second or third. So he can also learn the numbers as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah? Ah, yeah. You're so cute, honey. So this morning was really difficult to get myself up Because last night went to sleep around 3 a.m. and then baby decided to wake up at 5:30 a.m. I feel like the older he gets, the hours of sleep during the night gets cut back about half an hour, sometimes 2 hours. He used to sleep for like 10 hours and then it went down to 9 and now probably 8.5. And sleeping 3 naps a day instead of 2 naps a day like he used to, at about an hour and a half each, something like that, sometimes 2. So I mean, I always have a problem with sleeping. Like, it's just always been my thing. I can't really sleep, so I sleep in the morning, and when morning comes, baby is up and I have a hard time trying to get up. So I got myself some strong coffee this morning because he was super fussy, and I guess I'm just going to have to stay up and wing it because he's not having it. At least I thought about these toys because it's keeping him pretty busy right now. I mean, I put him in front of the TV, but I felt bad about that. Brian says he doesn't think it's a big deal, keeps him engaged. He's gathering information, but I don't know. People, the parents associate or the association of something said not until he's 2 years old. But we'll see. We're kind of bending the rules a little bit here and there just to buy some time. And he got bored of it. After like 5 minutes of TV, he got bored of it. So I guess he's not interested in that. He was okay in the playpen at first, but then today he was super cranky. So, and then Brian also was working all night, so he was, you know, in and out of bed. We both were in and out of bed, trying to get some sleep, trying to cater to baby, and so yeah, very difficult today. But I'm glad that he's loving this. I feel like he's digging it. Look at him, just chilling. You know, he's supposed to be able to stack them properly. Like, see the numbers in the back, 8, 7, so he can learn that. So it's supposed to help him like learn his motor skills. Like, if he knows this doesn't fit like this, then he has to take this out and then put this in. Stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I figured he's just going to bite at them, but learn to stack them later. Yeah. A lot of the toys that we have been buying him, he doesn't like until now. So he's using it now. And this will maybe be one of those types where he'll actually know how to stack them. Today, I think, is the first time he pushed the blocks down. I bought him some like squeezable building blocks, and he usually just bites them like this. But today I stacked it, and then he pushed it down. So that's something that people say is a good thing because he's learning and he's fascinated. You're fascinated, huh? Oh, my big baby. Alright, well, let's try to stay up all day today so that we can figure out our days and plans around baby. Oh, honey, look at that. You're so cute. Maybe I should answer some of my YouTube comments. It's been a moment. I have just been cooking, care of baby, yeah. I thought about going into the studio, but then again, I feel like right now is not the time to work on music. Every time I get into the studio and I finish a track, it's great and all, but once I get it mixed, it's a pretty penny. Okay, it's like $1,500 to $2,000 per track. So we're trying to balance between saving money, finding out what's worth it or not. So we'll see. Maybe I'll just do home filmings instead. And yeah, let me see. Let me go back. It's been a while. It's been a while. Oh, okay, okay, honey, no. Oh, it's okay, okay. Okay, maybe we'll answer later. Okay, honey, here. Don't sit on it. Don't sit on it. Play with it. Okay, good. Okay, maybe we can answer it. Karen Young says, it's so cute when you speak Vietnamese with him. Somebody responded, no, not cute. She doesn't enunciate words well, and her Vietnamese is poor. I cringe when I hear her speaking Vietnamese. Thank you, I suppose. Tun H. Kim says, I want those shades. Maybe you're talking about my flat balls from Gentle Monsters? Yeah. MLAM Specialty Gift says, oh, Ryan, happy kicks are so cute. My son loves watching your vlogs with me. He's always trying to talk to you and Ryan when he hears you guys. May. Oh, thanks for joining us. Ruby Family Cook Song says, please do a video on what app you use to edit your video, what device you use, e.g. MacBook Pro or iPad Pro, advice, what device to buy and what app to use for video editing. Thanks. I guess I can do a video, but you know, in case you're here catching up on my vlogs, I answer my questions here. So I record on the Sony RX. What number is this? The Sony RX 100 version number what? Version number what? 7? 8?
I think it's 7.
7. Yeah, RX. Sony RX 100 number 7. So that's the latest version. Camera's about $1,200. I edit on my iMovie app, I suppose, and that's on my MacBook Pro. So you can edit on your phone, but if you transfer these files, it's too big because they're like 4K and they're kind of big and high quality. Are you laying down just chilling now? You are so cute. Look at him. Love you. So, yeah, that's about it. I mean, I only do vlogs on my iMovie app, and everything else, like music video, is either Final Cut Pro and mostly Adobe Premiere. So that's what we're using, the 3 types. You can use them all for your vlogs, but I use iMovie because it's quick, easy, and good to go. I don't need to do that extra stuff. Sarah Chang says, now baby likes to put everything in their mouth, and my baby likes anything to soothe her gums. Yeah, he is. You can see he's definitely putting these in his mouth. Panda55C says, very, very cute outfit showing off his muscular biceps. Love the hoodie. So this is the outfit that kind of like has a hood and he doesn't have like the toes. I feel like these are preventing him from, you know, standing up, you know? So maybe I'm trying to prevent him from standing up because I don't want him to grow so fast. But yeah, definitely growing. My baby's growing. Kimberly says, due to the COVID, schools are closed, so Audible has free children's book right now. Thanks for letting me know. We have been doing Epic, the Epic app for books, but I feel like he is not interested in the books. He's more interested in toys, and he's interested in the songs and stuff like that. But so far, the only book that he's interested in is his Bedtime for Ryan book, which is that one right there. So every night when we read him this, he's so engaged. But the ones on Epic, he's just like looking around. He's not happy. He's just making a big fuss. So, I mean, we'll try again when he's older and he's more understanding. But we definitely want him to learn something every day. Bernard Amador says, so cute. Thank you. Sue James says, you two are so cute. Me and Brian, I suppose. I'll just say it's me and Brian. Okay. This is for nighttime stories, okay, honey? Here. All these toys for you. Go. Okay. Joel Ramos says, I see a baby there, cutie, adorable. Thank you so much. Isabel Pham says, Unmin, when you put your baby back to sleep, you need pillows and blanket, and your baby boy is so cute. Recommendation says that you should not have anything in the crib, so we don't have anything in there. But I do feel like I should get a bumper because he puts his legs and limbs outside and then sometimes he can't get out of it. So that's the part where I'm kind of concerned. So I want to be able to, I want him to be able to, you know, not get stuck. And I feel like if I get bumpers, he might be like able to cuddle up against it because he's so lonely in there. I feel like it might be a little bit cold, but if he can just like sleep up against the bumpers, then that would be cool. Okay. Panda55C says, Unmin, you can buy the stainless steel straws at Costco, quite cheap. They come in 2 sets of straws. I bought the straws, the metal straws, but they started to peel and they started to lose its color, so it went from gold to silver. So I don't know if that's a good thing, like if I'm eating that stuff. But yeah, it's like it's coming off, so that's not good. I might have to go back to regular straws, but just to be on the safe side for my health and such. But Panda5FC also says, I think the mattress position is a little too high. You should lower it 1 level down. We already did. We lowered it already about a couple weeks ago, but I feel like he should do a little bit more because baby's starting to hold on to the railings and standing up like this. Why are you standing up so fast, honey, sweetie bum? Why? Huh? Why? It's almost his nap time. It's 1:15. He's got to go down at 2, so he's getting a little cranky. He usually does about 40 minutes prior, and then we have to play a little bit, talk a little bit, walk around a little bit, and breastfeed, and then go down. I smell pee. I smell pee. Brian, can you change him real quick, babe? I smell pee. It's pee-pee. Very strong pee lately, too. And he used to poop like every day, twice a day. Now he's pooping once every 3 days. Huh?
No, he poops every morning.
Every morning he poops?
I'm the one who changes them every morning.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Doesn't magically disappear. No. He's pretty regular. In the morning he poops.
Really?
Same thing this morning too, yes.
Maybe I'm not paying attention.
No, you're knocked out.
Anywho, Sarah Chang also says, unless he has strength to pull himself on the floor, he's very strong. Yes, he's doing commando crawling. Commando crawling. You. Not the normal crawling like I thought he was going to do. He's still doing the upper body strength, pull your body to your destination. Okay. Alright. Where does your parents live now? They live at their own house. They have their own house. They went through a financial crisis a while ago, and years later, my sisters, both Lynn and my older one, was living there and took care of it rented it out to people. So they kind of managed the property until they left, and then now it's still there. There's still renters there, and there's also a daycare there. So that's how they were able to keep the house in the meantime while staying with me. But as you can see, we are not in conversation or contact, so we're over there with the renters and the daycare and my oldest sister. I love you. Oh, the Julies. I know. Look at you. Such a big boy. such a big boy. Sydney Wing says that's commando crawling. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, it is. It's a very funny sight to see. Hi. He likes that. He likes that a lot. Foon Chan says Ryan's so lucky to have parents. Love him so much. Do you hear that? You hear that? We're lucky to have you too, honey. He loves that in the morning. Like he's super, super happy and giggling in the morning with the little nose kisses.
Hey, where does this go? Between which colors?
Green and orange.
Not that easy.
I was close.
No,
Feng Chan says your master bathroom's so nice. We're not done. We kind of renovated and then left it there. But we are planning to put a what do you call it? What are we planning to put there? My mind's blank. We're planning to put a washer dryer there because going downstairs is such a hassle. And a long time ago there used to be a vanity there, but I took it out because I didn't like it there. We redid the shower. So now we're gonna put back something that would be useful.
Another test.
That's the very bottom. Why are you so intrigued? I feel like this toy is more interesting to Brian. Okay, so T-Trans says, I don't know what happened with your family drama, but honestly, you need to treasure the times you have left with your parents. Nobody knows how much longer they're going to be on this earth. They spent their whole life taking care of all of you. Guys, so now that they're all grown, what can you do for them? Of course, they're not asking for anything in return. Just like they're not asking... Just like how you're of course they're not asking anything in return, just like how you're taking care of Ryan. Your parents do that all 6 times. It's more 6 siblings you have. Money comes and go, but your parents won't always be around. Whatever it was, squash it out. There's an old saying, "Nhường một bước trời cao đất rộng." Aren't you tired of holding all that grudge? I still have my parents and I could never repay for what they have done and still doing for me. I started crying nonstop just the thought that they're going to leave me one day. Okay, so I think generally I don't know why anyone would give me any advice if they said here they don't know what happened to the family drama. Like, if you don't know, then I don't think you have a say. Like, how could you give me advice if you have no idea what's going on? My parents gave birth to us, but we grew up with other people taking care of us. Like, we had many terrible babysitters, and a lot of times we're exposed to a lot of child abuse, physical, emotional, and sexual. So I feel like as a parent, they were always working, which is something they had to pay the bills, but we were all neglected, all 6 of us, and I've been taking care of my parents since I was 16. So we have been, at least I have been trying my best, and they have lived with me for 10 years, and a lot of times they're at fault. They're always asking for everything. I mean, you say that, like I said, you don't know. They ask for everything. They expect us to, give them everything. And I've done that. I've tried my best, but the one thing that I request from them is to do the right thing in this family. And long story short, my parents exposed us to a lot of bad people, and they're still in contact with them, okay? These people are sex offenders. And they go to the church, they go to their people in the family, and it's not one person, it's 5. And I'm asking them to stop seeing these people, and they can't. And I have a baby now. I was nice for years, and I tried to let it go because they're old, and I tried my best to be, helpful and, even during their financial crisis with their housing and everything they needed, I took care of vacations, cars, iPhones. It's not even about money, because I would be just glad to just help them out if they just would support me in what I believe in. And I don't want my baby now, especially since I got pregnant, I just became very emotional, and I didn't want anyone to be around my baby who has a history of, you know, being a abuser. So, I mean, of course, maybe you're okay with it, but for me, I'm not. And that's the long story short. There's so much more, you know, that goes on in this family, and we grew up pretty much dealing with it. As you can see, everyone is not there for my parents. Lynn's gone. My sister, my older sister, they're in the process of being kicked out by my parents. There's Vin, who's like trying to help them but can't really do much because he doesn't have a job, and we're trying to get him a job. And all right, so all in all, if you don't know, then I don't think you can say. And if you're okay with it, and that's your prerogative, but for me, I'm uncomfortable with that situation. I want my baby to be able to grow up without any fear of anyone abusing him physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually, any of that craziness. So it just dawned upon me and hit me a lot when I was pregnant. So I just went off the wall and gave them an ultimatum for the millionth time to not do that. And they just cannot let go of these people. These people are just bad overall. They're hiding in the church. They're my dad's best friend since high school, and my cousins, just bad people, okay? And it's really up to my parents. If they let go of these people, I'd be there for the rest of their life, taking care of them. Just everything would be normal, but they just cannot let go because their pride, and they just want to, you know, have things their way, have it both ways, and we should not be able to say anything. And if we do, they won't budge. So all in all, I had to make the difficult decision and let them go. And it started all out okay, because they promised me, and in the end they lied to me like they always do. So I'm kind of disappointed. Okay, so he's kind of getting fussy. We're gonna put him down, okay? Alright guys, so I just put baby down. He has been super fussy today, so he's gonna have to cry it out for now. I'm gonna be watching him, but as I was saying earlier, I can't even like think right now, but point is, I've exhausted all my energy and time and my efforts in trying to make my parents' life the best life they can live towards the end of their lives, and I expected them to do us right as their kids. Many of you won't understand because it's just, you know, I'm telling you what's on the surface of what is going on in my family, but all in all, I would just appreciate if my parents could do something to protect us, but I guess they love their reputation, they love their face, their pride more than their family. As you can see, everyone is scattered in my family. No one's like talking to each other. We live afar from each other. Not much contact, and it's only been me who's been trying to make an effort here and there. So I did what I can, and becoming pregnant was something that really made me, you know, put my foot down and say no, and really tell my parents what has been bothering me for years. I mean, we always argue about this like every now and then, and wouldn't talk to each other for a long time, and in the end my parents would win because they would never budge and do the right thing. And a lot of times, like I said to you, they have a lot of people who are they associate with and they are connected with today, who are family friends, close family friends, church members, pastors, cousins, uncles. It's just a whole gang load of them just you know, offending their children, and they just do nothing to protect us. And I think even one time when I went on a show, and even though they live here, I have certain rules. The rules are, you can't invite anyone to my house that are sexual predators, just bad people, hypocrites, any of those stuff, that people that I think is shady, they can't come to my house. And I guess one day they did it, and I found out through my brother's vlog, and I was super upset about it because I specifically said, do not invite these types of people to my house. I know you're in contact with them, which I'm still upset about, but I just let it go. I just tell them, if you want to see these people, then go ahead and see them, just not at my territory. So stuff like that bothers me, and it's kind of disrespectful, especially living in my house. And you know, they're so stubborn. They feel like they're parents, so they can do whatever they want. But at the same time, I give them a lot of freedom, but they still can't see it from my side and see that I'm really upset about the situation. And there's lots and lots of crazier details that I can get into, but I don't want to. And it's been something that I have been struggling with my parents and myself and my marriage with Brian every now and then since this whole craziness happened and exploded. He's down. So I have been just trying to deal with it in my own way. And yeah. And I know some of you guys are like saying, you know, what about your sisters and your brothers? Well, they have a different way of dealing with it. My older sister, Lynn, she is kind of like my parents. She likes to keep everything under wraps. She doesn't want things to like seem like we're all messed up. But I was always the one who would say something if something's wrong. And I've been doing it since I was 5 years old, and we have been dealing with this since I was 5 years old because there's so many offenders in our lives. So it's pretty crazy. And the bulk of my life in the beginning was to just work, not think about it, and take care of my parents because they're old school and whatnot. But now I can't do it anymore. I have my baby, and I can understand that I need to do something to protect him. So that's how I feel. And yeah, I hope that my parents will someday do the right thing. My dad's a pastor, so I expect him to be much better than that and be able to be more like confronting towards these people who have done us wrong. But he's just pure silence, just doesn't want to say anything and doesn't want to make a change so that our family is better all around, which makes me sad because you can't preach what you're not practicing. Anyway, I hope that you guys understand, and this is just something that is very, very mild the way I'm explaining to you. So once again, with all due respect, do not tell me what I should do with my family if you don't know clearly. I've been through a lot, and I have excused a lot, and I feel like this is in the hands of my parents to do the right thing. I've always been just easygoing, push over here and there, but now it's like, this is the last request. This is the end of your lives. Do the right thing. If you can't, then you choose to live your life this way without seeing your children. They have no efforts in trying to make things right for my other sisters. You know, AT has her own issue with my parents, and you know, it doesn't make sense. And me as an older sister, I want to be able to defend everyone in my family as much as I can if my parents are wrong. So yeah. Let's just hope that they come around and realize that life is much more important than pride. You know, life is when you live the moments with the people you cherish, the memories. It's not about the money and whatnot. And the people who make you happy. I said earlier, my parents went to work a lot, but they went to work to always prove to everyone around us and around them that they were better. Like, we always had to have the biggest TV, the biggest this and the biggest that, and everything was always about showing off what we have as a family materialistically. So that for years led them into the financial crisis that I had to bail them out. So they're kind of, I don't know how to explain it. I'll just say old school, traditional, stubborn-headed type of people, and I just can't put it aside anymore, especially now that I have a baby. It has just bothered me so much, and I don't want to think about it anymore. I mean, I do want to let it go as a grudge, but I cannot let it happen. Like, what if one day my parents are babysitting my baby and all of a sudden this person, this predator came by my house and my parents just let him be around him? I'm not cool with that. So there you have it. I hope you guys get a better understanding of how I'm feeling with them at this point. I'm very strong with it because I have been exposed to it the most, and I have been really outspoken about it the most and didn't get any protection, but still trying to make it right. Everyone's just out living their own lives now. And there are times I feel guilty because my parents are old, but that doesn't excuse their actions. So, yeah. This is baby sleeping. Finally, he was so tired. But I'm happy he's down. I hear something. Hey Google. Hey Google. Stop. Hi, honey. Oh my gosh, look, see? I do not like that. Oh my gosh. Brian! Come here, look. Oh my gosh. Babe, come look. You see this? He's been caught for a while and he can't get out.
You can't get yourself out. How about that?
See, we have to get a bumper.
Why a bumper? He's gonna have to figure it out. Oh my gosh. He's fine. See? You escaped.
Next time you get caught in your pants, you can't pull it up. I'll just let you be. I know.
Okay, cuteness. Let's go.
And now back to these stackers. There you go, honey. Have a go at it. Oh. So cute. Alrighty, so we have moved to this room because Brian is working in the other room and he is backed up on work, so he has to focus on that until the end of the day. We like to change it up here and there just so that baby has a different change of scenery, and I think he's been okay with it, just keeping him occupied and such. Anyways, these past couple days has been really tense in this household. Maybe a couple of days ago or a week or so, I had some wine, and then talking to my brother, kind of went off on him on this subject about my parents and went ballistic on my brother. Like, we argued about how he doesn't see it my way. Like, things have never happened to him he's never been a victim or abused, so he doesn't really understand my feelings and my thought process and what I had to deal with growing up and today, and how it's taking over my life. And emotionally, I'm just so like, you know, about the situation. And so I would tell him, I'd be like, why can't you understand how I'm feeling? And it explains why he thinks it's okay to like vlog about that one incident when my parents had those people over at my house when I was at a show, and that was completely behind my back. And you know, we were talking about my parents and how he defends them even though he knows they're wrong, and just because they're old. And you know, there's just so many issues that we clash on. So he has just been cooped up in his room because he's probably, you know, thinking that I'll go crazy again and like give him the boot like I gave my parents. But to me, it was one of those things where I'm not as mad at my brother because he doesn't understand me, which I'm still upset about, but he doesn't really cross paths with these people like my parents do, unless he's around my parents. So I don't know, I went off on him, and for me, it's really difficult. I just can't really quite grasp why they don't get it. And to me, it's just very black and white, day and night. And Brian's just like telling me, man, you know, everyone thinks differently. You can't expect it from him, yada, yada, yada. And I guess I have to just let it go because everyone has their own way of dealing with things. And yeah, so we have been out of sight, out of mind with each other. He's been focused on trying to get my sister, my oldest sister, who I don't talk to anymore because her husband is crazy, out of my parents' house, which is very strange because I lived with my parents for a good 10 years and supported them throughout everything, even though they were really not that great as parents with their actions. And my sister, you know, she lives in my parents' house and took care of it for, you know, financial renters and daycare people who, you know, were able to manage the rent of that place. And now that my parents moved back in, they kind of want to get rid of my sister and her family, who has like 4 kids, over problems like candy wrappers and laundry, just normal things that, you know, I can see not being a big deal here. But yeah, it makes me sad because for me, the only reason why I was okay and feeling, you know, good, not too bad about kicking my parents out, because I know my parents were sitting on, you know, $500,000 house, so they're okay. But with my sister, if they get kicked out, she really has nowhere to go. Like, she has no job, she has no business. Both of them are daycare caregivers at the other house, which is their business. And so my parents are just like, get out. Like, it's kind of ruthless in a way, but it is what it is. I should just stick my nose out of it. Like, AT always gives me support. She's always telling me, I don't know why you keep putting your nose in and trying to fix everyone's problems when they can figure it out themselves. You always put yourself in there and you expect them to be good, and when they're not, you just get crazy and mad and upset. So, I mean, I'm trying my best to ignore it and just mind my own business, but at the same time I feel really bad, and there's just so much things going on, so much drama here and there, and I feel like I haven't had closure with a lot of things. And AT would tell me, maybe that's why you can't sleep, because your mind is not at ease. You're always thinking about something, and you're always the person to really take care of everyone's shit. So maybe it's time to just let it go, you know what I mean? And take care of this little pooper. I don't know. This time around with my brother, I'm a little bit more forgiving because I feel that I feel bad in a sense, but then a lot of things we don't agree on, which I feel like I should definitely address, or else it'll get crazier in the future. But yeah, that's the update of my life right now. And hey, don't. I thought he was bumping his head, but he's just chilling in there. Hi, honey. Yeah, you are. Yeah. It's pretty amazing how in 1 year things have changed for the dramatic. Yeah. So from here on out, I will try my best to just relax a little bit, get some sleep. I know it's been really difficult, and yeah. I think I always tend to wear my emotions on my sleeve, so I have no filter. Everything's out there. Whatever bothers me, I'll tell people who are close to me. I'll be able to talk about it and make a huge fit about it if it's that crazy. So very different from everyone in my family. Like Vin is hush hush, Lynn is hush hush. They put everything aside, they suppress it. But me, all the time, it's always me that has to say something if it bothers me in this household. But in public, I'm not quite like that. I'm very, very reserved, and I don't really say much. And there are things where I choose and pick if it's important enough for me to say in public, but definitely at home, here and there, I will make it known that it bothers me. And for a moment in time, I kind of bit my tongue a lot because Brian was always there to coach me and tell me, hey man, just chill out for a moment. Let it go. So Brian's my suppressor. He suppresses me and tries to get me to see the bigger picture and try to tell me to see what's worth fighting and what's, good to let go. So, yeah, I mean, you learn from your partner in crime, and then you kind of balance between being yourself as well. But yeah, one thing I'd like is for things to be right, that's all. Anyway, maybe in another lifetime. If Brian was here, he'd be like, look, man, there is no lifetime. There is no past or present or future life. I mean, there's no past or future. There is just a present. You have one life, and that's it. So don't think like, this life is whatever and the next life is more important. This is the only thing. Once you die, you're gone. You disappear from this earth. You're erased. No one cares about you anymore. And I guess it's a good thing that I'm vlogging all these emotions, the bad, the good, the ugly, everything. And some people may not agree with what I do, and you don't think that I should say things about my family and such, but this is my way of setting my history, and sometimes people need to be put on blast. Like if you put them on blast, maybe there's a higher chance of them realizing their problem and fixing it. And if they don't, then at least you have something to explain to your generations to come. A lot of times, like for example, my sister, her kids, they don't even know what's going on with their family. Me, myself, as a kid, I didn't know what's going on with my parents and their siblings and their parents. Like I have no information at all, and they always make it up. Like they always make up stories after stories after stories, and here it's something that I can leave behind for my kids and my, you know, grandkids or whatnot, if I have, or if I'm not here in the future, then this explains it all and why things went down the way it did. So this is life. This is us, and this is how I choose to document. Yeah. Okay, so my baby's there. I'm gonna spend time with him before he has a nap. Maybe a good hour or so, and then we'll put him down again. We might give him some food, maybe, not sure, but we will see. We will definitely see. Hi, honey. So sweet. Being a parent definitely changes you. Hi, honey. So, if you guys have great parents, lucky you, but we are all different, and we handle things differently, and it is what it is.